Today is my weekly whip and chat where I'm going to be working on a diamond painting and chatting with you guys. So grab something that you would like to work on or treat this as a podcast and let's get started. Hello and welcome to the Crafty Diamond. I am Debbie. Today I am going to be working on my dragon seasons. I have the section that I am working on and 2 sections left. So I am thrilled about that. I've been working on this section some today and I got most of it done, but there's some little bits here and there. And so I'm going to work on that part of it. And then if we happen to get that done during our time together, then I'll go ahead and open the other side of this and start on that. But I am so excited that I am getting closer to finishing this. It has been a long process. It has been fun, but it's time to move on. I am using an Enablers Outpost pen. I just got this one, and I had this one custom turned by Enablers Outpost. Edward did that for me, and it is fitting for this, even though I'm almost done, but this is the winter colors in this particular canvas, and also this canvas is from Enablers Outpost. So that is a win-win. And then I am using a new tray from DP Gal Creations, and this is for the J-Wall event tray. And I'm using this one because I had it out. I actually have a tray that is from Bijou Bliss, and it is for the the Dragon event, and I have one for winter. I also have a pin from Leopard Leatherworks that goes with this particular canvas, but everything is still packed. So I did not want to have to hunt it down. And I also had this tray already that when I was working on my Josephine Wall canvas, and I thought, well, I'll just go ahead and use this. I didn't think you guys would mind. And it's purple, so it also matches my tray. I am using Joy's Putty in my multi-placer, and then in my single placer, I am using WeWax. I haven't used WeWax in a really long time. I don't even know what scent that this is, but whatever it is, it smells really good. I have not ordered from her in a really, really long time either, so I need to go out and see what exactly that Laura, the owner of WeWax, has and order some more putty from her. But I'm trying to be really good, so I'm trying not to buy anything until April, the middle of April, and we have just really started in April. But I really would like to purchase a few things. It is my birthday month, and so I feel like I deserve all the things, which I never do that. So I think it's kind of cool that all of a sudden I have this mindset, okay, it's my birthday month, it's time to buy a few things. And as I mentioned, it's probably going to be a lot of different colors on here. I have got these colors so mixed together. Not the colors mixed together. I should not say that. That's not the colors that I mixed together. It is, I had the symbols all the way that I wanted them, and they have really gotten mixed in to where my alphas are not all together. They're not where they were. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but I'm having to look for colors. I'm getting low on some too. I hope that I do not run out. If I do, I at least know where all of my extras are. And I do still have some more that came with this kit. I need to see if I have any of those that are low so I can finish up filling up the bottles. But I should be finished with this week, no later than next week. So be on the lookout for 2 videos. One is going to be a full review on this one and also the kit down on it. And then the second one, as soon as this one is kitted down, I am going to kit up the Beast. And if you have not seen the Beast, I am going to include that underneath the description where I had an unboxing. This thing, which I'm lovingly calling the Beast, and the owner of the company is also calling this the Beast, is because it is 16 feet. It is huge. So it is going to take me a while to do that one. It is a 50 by 500 or 500 by 50. I don't guess it really matters, because either way, it is very, very long. And it's going to take me a long time to do that one, but I cannot wait to get started on it. I'm also going to be working on my Josephine wall, and that one I've done 2 sections and that's it. But if you have not seen my video that came out yesterday, which is my today, and it was Monday for you guys, if you did see it when it came out, is I am doing a new series on my channel for the Josephine Wall event, and I've already kitted that one up. I unboxed and I kitted up. It is from Diamond Painting Deutschland, and it is Magical Merry-Go-Round, and I am going to show my progress weekly, and that's going to be on Mondays. So I'm kind of going to change my channel a little bit. I'm going to have Monday, Thursday, and Saturday instead. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I keep going back and forth because my whip and chats are normally on Tuesdays, and I really hate to change my whip and chat to Thursday. So I may just keep it at Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, or Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and let me know what you guys think, or if you even care. But I want to have the Josephine Wall every week on Mondays, so that I can show my progress on Mondays, and then also I will be giving out a keyword on Monday's video, and that will also be for those that are participating in the Josephine Wall event. And you don't have to be participating to watch that video. That's for everyone. It's just the prizes that will be announced will only be for those that have signed up. So if you are participating in the Josephine Wall event, make sure that you have completed the Google Doc and that you have shown your start photo. And the start photo doesn't have to be a new start. You can pull something out that you've already started. You don't have to have a completion either. So we're trying to make this as easy as possible for everybody. We're not even requiring a specific amount to have done. We just want to see some progress. I know last year I think we said a 30 by 30, and some people said they just couldn't do that much in 2 months. And so we started thinking about it. We get it. And it's hard, sometimes. So we are just looking for progress. We will have a post that goes up every week. And there was a post that went up yesterday just for a progress post. And that will be up for the next week. And then that one will close, just so we can keep an eye on like people who have questions or comments. And I also want to have time to go through and at least like everybody's. I don't know if I will be able to actually comment on everyone's posting, but I definitely want to like it. So I did this for another reason, is that I decided that I didn't want those that normally don't listen to my whip and chats to be required to listen to a whip and chat to find out if they have won or not. I don't want to do that, and so that's why I'm doing that particular update separate. But feel free to follow along on my progress. Feel free to keep me motivated. I really want to get it finished by the end of the year, if not sooner, because I really want to spend some time working on it's called the Inner Self, which the Beast. And so I really would like to get that one going, and I want to do a 50 by 50 centimeter on that one and say that is one canvas. So that way I may turn Mondays, once Jenny Wall is finished, turn Mondays into my Beast time, or do it every other month, but I'll decide on that. I'm not sure yet. But anyway, let me know how you guys are doing. It has been a week for us. It has been horrible weather here, as well as for several friends of mine. I have friends that still live in Arkansas. I lived in Arkansas part of my life, and I still stay in contact with them, and they were telling me how bad the weather was and tornadoes, and it was just awful. So let me know how you guys are doing. We had really nice weather for a couple of days, and then we had horrible weather. I think it was on Sunday where the weather got pretty bad. And it was not fun. It was Saturday and Sunday, I believe. But it was more so late Saturday night and then into Sunday, some of Monday. And it was just high winds, lots of rain, and just really nastiness. It's gotten colder, but Thursday and Friday was absolutely glorious. It was nice weather. It was really pretty. Perfect for us moving on Tuesday. It was not hot, and we got into our new house without any problems. We still have a few items over at the rental, just some small things. My husband has some tools that he is going to pick up either during the week or on the weekend. We don't live far from the rental, so we don't have that far really to go when we're going, back and forth. And then I'm also having to take Molly, who is our 5-year-old collie. She's almost 6. Had to think about that, and I was really surprised, but yeah, she's almost 6. And we have to take her over there to be able to run and to be able to use the yard a little bit, because at our new place, we do not have a fence yet. We had someone that was going to come out and give us an estimate tomorrow, but they had a family emergency and they had to cancel all of this person's appointments. And so we now have to wait another 2 weeks before they can get someone else in our area. And Molly is not happy. She does not like using the leash. I even went and bought her a leash that goes out past 16 feet. So that way she has a little bit of space where she isn't on top of us. So Molly is really funny about when she's outside, but she has never had to go on a leash. She has always, since forever, since she was born, she's had a fence. And we're afraid that if we let her off of the leash, that she may run off. Now, I don't know if she will or not. She is trained, but that doesn't mean she's going to listen, especially at our new place. There's so much here to explore. There's a lot of squirrels, and she loves chasing squirrels in the yard. We also have behind our house, it's like a gully area, and we're afraid that she may try to go down in there because she's curious. She hears things down there, and it is just a major drop off. It has not been cleaned up in years, and it goes to a lake. So we are just concerned, with letting her out. So we're having to walk her on a leash. And the funny thing about that is that she will not go for my husband at all. So I'm the only one that can take her out. She will not go for Paige. She tries to start running when Paige is trying to walk her. And for me, she minds me, but she just will not go for them. And she is just having a horrible time. So we've been going over to the rental and letting her run while we're over there. I had to go to the store and run some errands today. So I took her over there, and she basically looked like she had a smile on her face as soon as she got out, and she ran around. And it's a very small yard, but she was running and playing and having a good time. So we let her stay out there for quite a while. And then now we're back over here. She's exhausted, so she's sleeping. But we only have the rental until the 28th of this month. So after that, and if we don't have a fence up, which I have a feeling we're not going to, she's just going to have to grin and bear it. Now, we do have a dog park over here that I noticed. But the issue with that is, again, I don't know how it really works because I've never gone to a dog park. And I should ask Kimba. Kimba Crafts would know because she is always taking her dog to different dog parks. I don't know if whenever you let them, go to the dog park and they run free, if someone just opens a gate to let their dog out. I don't know if my dog is going to try to run out or what. Now, she is really friendly with other dogs, especially smaller dogs. She's a big girl, but she likes smaller dogs, and the smaller dogs tend to love her. I don't know how well this dog park is used, but she's going to need to have some running. I may just take her to doggy daycare and do that maybe a couple of days a week just so she can get out of the house and she can run, because she's going to be very unhappy until we get our fence. And I noticed today that we had some major rain yesterday and this morning, and our new yard looks awful. It looked just like a mud pit. So I had to take her out there and all of that. Of course, she got dirty, and I did not have my tennis shoes, could not find them anywhere. I found them over at the other house. So I ended up having to wear my husband's shoes, which are way too big for me, but at least they were slip-ons that I was wearing for his outdoor shoes. But we're going to have to look at that in our yard and find out what we can do about the yard being such a pit when it does rain. It doesn't have much grass in the yard, and so that's probably why. But we're going to do, one thing at a time. We're just trying to get as much, done for the inside things that we need to get done first, like the fence, and then worry about everything else later. That is the plan anyway. Let's have a couple more of these. I did mix two colors and they're almost identical. And the symbols are very close to each other. So I know which is which, and I am just doing both of them at the same time. And then I will go through whatever I have left in here whenever I am done. If it's not a hassle, I will go through and separate them. But if it's a lot of drills and it's going to be a lot of hassle, then I'll just put them in with my trash drills and use those for card making. Either way, they're not going to go to waste. I may have my camera a little bit too close. I might need to bring it up some. This is the first time that I have recorded in our new house. So hopefully it's going to sound okay. It's going to look okay. I'm sure I'm going to have to adjust the lighting some. At least I know I'm going to have to adjust the lighting some. But for right now, I just left it. I thought a video is better than nothing. And most of you don't even watch anyway. You're doing something else in the process. That is what I'm hoping anyway. I'm looking for a a V, a Y. Here's a V. We can do that one. I really should take the time, go through on these and get them straightened out. But I'm so close to being done. It's like I don't want to take the time to do it. I really hate to take the time to go through. This is 100 colors. So I really don't want to take the time to go through and to put these in the order that they've been in for the last few months. But I may not have a choice. Maybe something that I really need to do. And again, if there's a glare, I do apologize. I will make sure it is corrected next time. We didn't move in until Tuesday, and then that was furniture and everything, and then I have been unpacking just one box at a time. I've gotten a lot done since Tuesday, really Wednesday. I had to work, and so I went to work. Thursday is my busiest times at work, so with Thursday I didn't really have time to do much at the house. And then Friday, Saturday, we were unboxing, rearranging furniture several times. And I still have not unboxed everything. And boxes are on top of boxes. So instead of me trying to go and find all of my craft boxes, I just decided just use what you have for your diamond paintings. And my 2 lamps that I like to use, those are packed. I'm not sure about the lighting in here in my craft room, and especially with it being a yuck, miserable day today, that it could be a little dark. This was one of the reasons why I wanted to go ahead and do a whip and chat instead of a different video, because I want for my Josephine wall, I want it to be really nice and crisp. And then the same for my beast. I want that to look really good too. Not that I don't want this one to look good, but with a whip and chat, it's more informal, and I think that it would be okay. But I definitely am going to work on it. And I do apologize that I only had one video last week, and that was my whip and chat, because I just got so busy and we just got so wrapped up with the move, things that had to be done, wrapped up with the rental, and just different life things we had to take care of and work. And so I ran out of time, to be honest. I kept wanting to do a video and I kept saying I'm going to, and didn't even have my table over here at the new house. I had a desk I could use. I don't like using it, and it was just so much, and I'm like, I just can't. And I was overwhelmed looking at all the boxes and different things. My husband kept saying, do you know where so-and-so is? Do you know where this is? We have so many boxes, and blah, blah, blah. And then Paige would come up and she would say, I can't find this and I can't find that. And she was worried about the cat. And I'm like, the cat and the dog are fine. We know where they are. And we did lose Abby for a split second. Scared all of us. So I wasn't going to tell Paige that I was really nervous. I kept saying, oh, she's here somewhere. We knew we had just brought them over, the dog and the cat. And so we let Abby out of her crate and she took off. And she was in the house. And we couldn't find her. We looked and we looked and we looked. And it was about 30, 45 minutes. And then we had looked everywhere. There's only so many places that she could hide. We looked everywhere. And Paige was starting to get a little weepy. And where is she? I miss her. What's wrong? And so my husband finally found her. And she got underneath our sink. And underneath, we have, in our bathroom, we have two sinks, and then it's very small. Our house is smaller than what we have had in the past, so we've downsized, and so, which is what we wanted to do. That was one of the main things that I wanted. And so we did get that, but because of that, of course, everything is smaller, and our bathroom it's not a bad size. It's a good size, for what we need. But with the counter of our bathroom, it is actually it's like a built-in. And so there's a little bit of space underneath the counter. And so Abby loves to go underneath things. She crawled underneath there, and she got her head in between the sink, the actual sink drain, and she was just laying there. And so because it's a tight squeeze, my husband's like, I cannot get my hand through there. And he said, I hope she's not stuck. She wasn't moving, and she was alert and everything. And so my husband's like, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm never going to get her out of here. And he was getting all, worried and thinking how he was going to get Abby out. And then I said, well, let's just go and I'll get her some food or something and see if I can't lure her out. And I just looked at her and said, Abby, come on. That's all that I did. And I turned around and she was coming out, shimmied herself out of the way, and she wasn't stuck. But I will say she hasn't done it again. She has not gotten under there again, so that was good. But she just had her head in between like the pipe of the sink and the bottom part of the sink. I don't know what you call it, but it was kind of weird. And so that was the one and only time that we could not find her. We think that she is hard of hearing, and so I thought, well, if we call her, she's not going to know that we're calling her. But she saw us, started purring, and she came out. And then after that, she has not been nervous about the house at all. She has been moving around. She's been really happy. And, we're watching her because when we moved the last time is when we found out that Salem, our last cat, that she was very ill. And we thought it was just because we were moving and she was, nervous or whatever. And so we are really watching to make sure that Abby's not having any kind of distress signs. And so far, she's not. And the move had nothing to do with Salem. She would have been sick wherever we were. It just happened that it was when we were moving. I think my glue dots about had it, or I lost my glue dots. I've been using it for a long time. Or not my glue dot, my wax. I've been using my wax in this pen. I diamond painted a lot on Sunday. I was able to get quite a bit done, which I am really excited about. I'm on spring break this week from work, and I still have to work, but it's, much more casual. I'm working from home. I do work for 2 other schools, and I have work that I have to do for them, some grading that I'm going to be doing today, and then tomorrow, well, tomorrow is today for you. It's kind of confusing, but I have to go and take Paige to work on Tuesday this week instead of Friday. And when I go, it's too far for me to come home. So I usually go to the library. And so that's what I'm going to do on Tuesday. I can get all my grades done for the week finished up on Tuesday, and then I'll have the rest of the week to do whatever I need to do. I have to go and get my driver's license changed. We are now in a different county, so I can't just go and get the address changed. I have to actually go to their DMV because we are in a different county. Otherwise, it would have been a lot easier. And when we were in the rental, I didn't bother because I knew we were going to be moving, and I thought I'm just going to wait and see how long it's going to be. But now I cannot wait because my tag on my car expires on my birthday, and it's coming up really fast, and I do not want to be riding on an expired tag. I do not want to, number one, get a ticket, and then I'm also going to be fined when I do go and get my tag. So I am going to go one day this week and get my license changed out. I have to get Paige's state ID changed out. And then I will from there, I'm going to go and get my tag. Which just reminds me that before I get my tag, I have to go and get my emissions done on my car. So I need to make a note of that while I am talking to you guys. I mean, it's just crazy how it just seems like, oh, I have plenty of time, and then I don't have plenty of time. That always tends to happen to me. I'm thinking, oh, yes, I have plenty of time to do this, this, and this. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, I don't have plenty of time. I shouldn't have waited. And I did kind of procrastinate on this. I'm not really sure where I need to go. That's an excuse. But I just hate going to the DMV. It just takes forever, and you got to wait forever for them to call your number. And then there's always tons of people there. I'm just like, I really just don't want to do it. But I don't have a choice. I've got to take care of that now. And I have to go, before I can get my tag on my car, I have to go and get an emissions, which that is nothing to it. It takes all but 10-15 minutes if I can find an emission place around here. I actually may do that tomorrow while I'm waiting on Paige. That will also take some time up. So I'll probably do that tomorrow for my emissions while I'm waiting on her. But I don't know on the emissions if I can go anywhere or if I have to go in my county. That's another thing I have to check into. I guess I could go anywhere on the emissions. It doesn't have to be in my county for the emissions. That will be a question that I will have to also research. I can ask my husband. He's not going to know. He will actually ask me because he will have to get all this done before May the 1st for him, for his birthday. So I'll have to figure it out and then let him know exactly what I had to do. So it's just been really, really crazy, just trying to get everything set up, get our trash set up, make sure, everything was already done. We already had utilities set up, so that wasn't a problem. Get my craft room. My craft room really, I'm working really hard to get my craft room set up. I have both animals down here. Of course, Molly usually barks when I am doing videos. For some reason, it scares her, but she didn't bark this time at all. Could be because my husband's home. But I felt something weird on my back, and I felt something pushing on me, and it's the cat. She loves my craft chair, my craft room chair. She absolutely loves it. And she's just plopped up here, and then she loves the cushion. I have this really nice, plushy, comfy cushion that looks like a cat paw. And it is just so, so comfortable. And she just loves it. So any chance she gets, she will come down into my room, want to be in my chair, and if I'm in it, she will try to push me out on the floor, which is kind of what she's doing right now. I hope this isn't too boring of a section for you guys, but I did not want to open another one until I finish this one. Let's see, what else is going on in our family life other than this crazy move? I think we're going to be very happy here. We have met 3 of our neighbors. We had one of our neighbors brought us over some muffins that she made for us when we first moved in. We had another neighbor that brought us some homemade lasagna. It was really good. And then another neighbor brought us over a gift certificate, and she said if we want to, we can just call and we can place an order. And so that way we didn't have to worry about cooking, and that was really nice because I had stuff everywhere. And, trying to cook and not knowing where everything is in my kitchen was awful. And some things still being in boxes. And I would try to figure out what we're going to eat. And then I would tell my husband, okay, well, let's do this. And he's like, okay. And then I go in there, I'm like, oh, can't do that because I'm missing this. And then I was looking at something else. And he's like, well, how about this? And he'd pull something out that he found. I'm like, okay, but we don't have this particular pot that we normally use. Okay, we'll scratch that. And it was just on and on. And then last night, well, Sunday night, I was over at the house. We still have all of our frozen things, all our frozen goods and whatever in the freezer. And I said, well, how about we have some vegetable soup? It'd be a great day for vegetable soup on Sunday. And it's already cooked. All we have to do is heat it up. And my husband's like, okay, that would be great. Even Paige said, vegetable soup sounds really good. Let's do vegetable soup. Okay. So I brought the vegetable soup over and I was about to put it on to heat it up. Already had the oven going to make some garlic bread. And then I opened it and I'm like, oh no. So I told my husband, well, vegetable soup is out unless we want to go over to the house again and we want to get actually vegetable soup. He's like, well, what does that mean exactly? And I said, well, this clearly says vegetable soup on it. It's not vegetable soup, it's spaghetti sauce. We had just had spaghetti sauce on Saturday. So I'm like, I don't want spaghetti again. So we ended up going out and we picked up a sandwich at a sub shop. And then we had half a sandwich and we had what little vegetable soup that we had. We had gotten 2 bowls. We had one that we put a little bit in, and then we were going to add that because that's all we had left on to put remaining into another bowl. So we thought we'll just add that one to one of our bowls of soup whenever we decide to cook it. Well, that was not enough for all 3 of us. And so we said, well, we'll just have half a sandwich and soup. The soup that we had, that should be plenty. So Paige said that she was just going to eat some chicken noodle soup that we did have. So she fixed that. My husband went to the sandwich shop, got us some sandwiches, and so that's what we had. Which means that either Tuesday or Wednesday night, we're going to have spaghetti again because spaghetti sauce is thawed out. And I don't know how that happened. That's the first time that's really ever happened. So I don't exactly know what happened, but the labels got mismatched. And so I don't know if maybe at the house we have something that says spaghetti sauce and it's actually vegetable soup. I am not sure about that, so I need to look into that too. But tonight we are having rotisserie chicken that I was able to pick up at a local deli that we've had before. And so that is doable. We will be able to go ahead and get that fixed. So I'll just be glad when I can cook again and I know where everything is. We are not getting internet at the house until Wednesday. We were supposed to have internet when we moved in, and I don't know what happened. There was miscommunication somehow. So now we're not getting internet until Wednesday, but we're using our phone as a hotspot. And if I do this for very long, then it will take forever to upload on YouTube. So I want to go ahead and make sure I have plenty of time to get this out. And also that it is starting to get late, so I want to make sure that I have this up for Tuesday. Normally I have it Tuesday late afternoon, and we'll see if I get it up earlier. I'm not sure. But my final life update is that I've spoken to Madison. She said it was fine. I could start telling people now, but we are going to be grandparents. I am going to be a Mimi. So we are really excited. She started feeling kind of bad and she was cleaning one day. It's when her fiance was staying with us doing some things in Atlanta. And so she just happened to have a pregnancy test laying around. And so, because she had taken one before, and so it came up positive, and then she called me like freaking out. And so I said, don't get all worried about it yet. Just, wait and see. And so she went, she got another test. It came back. The other one was hard to tell. She sent it to me and I said, it looks like it, And so she waited another couple of days, and it was definitely positive. And then she, as in Maddie style, and I did the same thing. We are so much alike, it's just kind of scary, actually. But she went and she got 7 more tests, and all 7 were clearly positive. Really seriously contemplating moving back to Georgia. They'd planned on moving in August anyway. They weren't sure where, if it was going to be if it was going to be August, September, or if they were moving to Georgia, or if they were moving to North Carolina. They just weren't sure. They've got several options. Well, then when they found out that she was expecting, then they decided they're going to move back home. Madison said she wanted to be close to her family, especially to her mother. So they are going to be moving back, and I just cannot wait for my baby to come back. It is so hard to be away from her because I've never been away this far from her. So I've had a really hard time with her being in South Dakota and us being here. She's graduating school in May, so I will be going to South Dakota for that, just for a few days. So that will be fun. And then her wedding is towards the end of May, so I will see her quite a bit in May. So now we're going to be even busier than what we've been. And this is definitely going to be a new chapter in all of our lives because we have not had a baby in our family since my children. And Madison will be 28 in July. So it has just been crazy. I was just so excited to be able to share it with you guys because you have been here during everything. We've had so many tragedies, passing aways in our family over the past 2 years. And I told Madison, I said, this baby is going to bring us all so much joy and so much happiness. I just wish that my dad was here, so he would have absolutely been over the moon excited. He would have just been beside himself. He was so good with kids, loved all children, but he especially would have loved his great-grandchild because he was all about his grandchildren. So that is sad, but my sister is here. She's going to go to the wedding. She's here. She's always here for me whenever I need her. She's just a phone call away. And so that is nice too. But I wanted you guys to know, especially if I make some weird comment about the baby or Madison or something, and you're wondering, what in the world's going on now? But yeah, there's always something going on in our household. And now my husband says, well, if we would have known this, maybe we should have gotten a bigger house. And no, I think we're good. But that is my updates for our family life. I think that's enough. That was quite a bit. As far as diamond painting, I am going to work on this one. Just hope that I get this finished by the end of this weekend. That's the goal. We shall see. I mean, I'm so close. I have 2 small sections, and then I will unroll this whenever I do the full review and show you guys. This one is close to 8 feet, and I need to unroll it, put it down on the floor, and do some B-roll so you guys will be able to see everything. And I haven't even seen it all together because I'm keeping it rolled up. So that will be really exciting. And then I will be continuing to work on my Josephine wall. I'm hoping to start on my beast. And then I'm going to have a couple of other diamond paintings going on in addition to those, because the 2 I'm going to have are really big. I am going to be working on a couple, one that you've already seen that I have kitted up with you guys, and that one is the Reagan Kubitschek, and that one is the Memory Bear. So I'm going to work on that one as a side project. And then there's another one that I'm going to start on. I'm in between two that I'm going to start on, and I'm not sure yet, but I'm going to have a few going because I miss having multiple whips. I know that a lot of people do not like that, but for me, I really enjoy having multiple whips so I can have multiple choices. Now, it does take me longer to finish. Yeah, it does, but that's okay. They'll all get finished eventually. I'm not going to have that many, but I'd like to have a couple to where they're different. They're going to be, some it's going to be quite a bit of confetti, which will be my Josephine Wall. It is heavy with confetti. And then my other ones really look like they're going to be quite a bit of color blocking. Even the Beast is going to be quite a bit of color blocking. So that is going to be super nice. And what I'm working on now, I didn't even really tell you guys because I'm working on this sideways. This is a Christmas tree. I did not figure this out until yesterday. I got up and I thought, what is this? And so I looked at it sideways because I have this sideways. So I had to go and look at it around the way that it was on my table. And this is a Christmas tree. But again, I will show you this. You probably will not see this one again until I finish it, unless for some reason I do not finish it by next week. Then I will save it and I will do a little bit so we can work on it together. Which I thought about that too, because you guys have seen this one for so many months, and I thought about just leaving a small section out, and then I can do this as a whip and chat, and then we can finish this one together. That might be a thought too. So let me know what you think about that, or if you want me to go ahead and finish it so I can get the other video out sooner. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click on the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed, I would absolutely love to have you here. There's going to be a lot going on between all of these canvases and the Beast that I'm going to start on. You can just easily click on that subscribe button and also the notification bell so you're notified of any future uploads. And as always, happy diamond painting. Bye!